baseball, Dad.
Now
We're recording when I said that.
Kaden, go for it, brother.
Blink twice if you're not safe.
Yeah. Blink twice if you feel in danger. Kaden, you gonna do the intro?
I'm waiting for you to stop laughing.
There's no way in hell, dude. Just go.
What is going on, guys? I'm Caden.
Go fuck yourself.
And that is Troy. That's Zach. And we are TC Live. What is up, Troy?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You can blame your fucking brother for this one. All I can do right now is picture you in a bikini and a thong here. That's it.
That's a clip right there.
I'm gonna have that posted on every social media.
And what's bad is nobody is going to know the inside joke of how this came about. But anyways, what is up, guys? Hi, I am Troy, Caden, and joined here with Zach, Caden. Friday night, man. We had some pretty good games Friday night.
Yeah.
High school football got back in together. First thing I want to say is also during the weekend we had some nasty weather roll in for several states.
Yeah.
A lot of states are still without power. So we are here at TC Live. We want to extend our condolences to everybody who may or may not have lost their house, their property, anything that they may have lost during the hurricane that had hit down south. We didn't get much of anything of it up here in Ohio. I think we just got
like a day or two of rain.
A day or two of rain, a little bit of wind here and there, but nothing major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to all the families down south, you know, we send our regards out to you guys. Hopefully you guys can get rebuilt, get back up together. And yeah, that's mostly it for that, honestly. I know the Red Cross is down there out helping out.
Working their asses off.
So if we lived anywhere near that area, I'm pretty sure I'd go out there and do what I can to help people. But yeah, you got to think, it's got to be hard losing a place like that.
100%. I mean,
but if you're going to build by the beach, you might want to get prepared. We're going to float.
Have sandbags just tied down to your deck.
Exactly. But Friday night, was it raining up in Cadiz Friday night?
I don't think.
Was it a wet one for Friday night for you guys? All right. So
it's more windy, if anything.
More windy?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start off in Belair.
Okay.
Belair. The Belair Big Red versus Indian Creek. Can you guys figure out who won that one?
Belair.
Wrong. Indian Creek 40, Belair 26.
Indian Creek Indian Creek has a good team for once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indian Creek 40, Belair 26.
That is a bit of a shocker.
Now, we had a rivalry game Friday night as well in Wheeling Park. Steubenville at Wheeling Park. You guys want to figure out who won that one?
Park won.
No.
Park did not win.
No. Steubenville 48, Wheeling Park 17. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Caden. That starting QB that Wheeling Park had last year, he's in Steubenville now, right?
I believe.
So, you know that had to be a little bit of a revenge game for him going against Wheeling Park. All right, in Martins Ferry Friday night. Martins Ferry at Fairfield Christian. Martins Ferry 48, Fairfield Christian 0.
Okay.
Martins Ferry gets the shutout there. Where is East Liverpool had Cambridge. East Liverpool 41, Cambridge 7.
Yep.
Edison 35, Toronto 19. Now, in Cadiz, Ohio, you had the battle for the coal bucket. Now, so I want you guys, you and Zach, I want you guys to tell me a little bit about this rivalry because you have rivalries like Michigan and Ohio State. You have rivalries like Indiana, Purdue for the battle for the old Oaken bucket. What is the cold bucket mean to St. Clairsville and Harrison Central?
I mean, honestly, it means a lot. I don't know the origins of the coal bucket, but it definitely means a lot to St. Clairsville, and obviously, I'm sure Harrison.
Okay.
But I mean, St. Clairsville just wanted it more.
Okay. So, St. Clairsville 41, Harrison Central 0. So it looks like the cold bucket's going to St. Clairsville this year.
Hell yeah.
Now, can somebody tell me, is the Harrison Central team any good this year? Because every single score I've been seeing from them.
I don't think
I think they're a young team.
I think
it's like juniors and like a few seniors.
Okay. Because every single game I've seen, they're losing. Almost every single game I've seen.
Yeah, I don't.
We kind of disrespected Harrison though.
Really?
We put in freshmen.
Did you really?
I'm pretty sure we put in freshmen.
Oh my God. All right. So in Shadyside, I want you to tell me, Zach, Barnesville at Shadyside, who won that game?
Yeah, Harrison's 1-5.
Was
Barnesville, Shadyside, Shamrocks versus Tigers.
If you say Shadyside won, I'm actually gonna throw this microphone.
Shadyside definitely didn't win.
It's Barnesville.
Barnesville won, but by how much is the question?
Was it like 54 to like 10?
Go up 2 points and add 0 to Shadyside. 56 to nothing, Barnesville over
Yeah.
Shadyside.
I'm pretty sure we called that one.
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember the last time Shadyside's been good at football.
All right. In Beaver Local, the Jets of Union Local traveled down to Beaver Local. Union Local 41, Beaver Local 14.
So I just want to point out, like, you've always been picking up wins.
Yes. And you guys have Belair next week.
Yep.
In Belair, don't you? Or is
No,
that
it's home.
It's
That's
at
our
home.
homecoming game.
Okay, so that's your homecoming game for you guys. So you guys are going to pretty win that one pretty easily against Belair.
Hopefully.
But you guys have a big, big matchup near the end of the season with Union Local.
I'm not.
Now, both teams, from what I have seen so far, both teams are running the ball like crazy right now. But St. Clairsville has something Union Local doesn't, and that is number 44, Dino Burke.
We didn't even have Dino last game.
We had, I'm pretty sure, it was Gavin, right?
I thought it was Gage.
Gage plays wide out.
Oh.
He plays wide out and cornerback, I think.
So
I
will Dino Burke be ready for Union Local? That's the question.
I mean, we're still winning games without Dino. Like,
Okay.
we have Mickey at fullback.
Yeah.
We have Gavin at linebacker and then running back.
You got somebody Saunders.
Brady Saunders.
Yeah. You got Max Vogel, the inside linebacker, that is an absolute beast in the middle. And you got that nice looking QB, Brady Schaefer, too. But it's bad. I'm still picturing your brother in a thong and bikini.
Okay.
No, fuck you.
I mean, you just said he's a good looking dude, so like.
I was a good looking quarterback. Monroe Central 46, Magnolia 0. I don't even know who Magnolia is.
Damn.
Now, Buckeye Local was at home Friday night against Shenandoah. Buckeye Local 36, Shenandoah 31. So, Buckeye Local gets their second win of the season. Anybody know who River is?
Riverside? Or
They had Bridgeport. River 48, Bridgeport 6.
What is Bridgeport now? They like defeated?
Yeah, no, I don't think they've won a single game.
That's what I mean. Like defeated. They aren't like undefeated, so they're defeated.
So can somebody tell me when the last time John Marshall High School has been any good?
No, I couldn't tell you.
if you want dog shit, go to their stadium.
Yeah.
Parkersburg South 41, John Marshall 12.
Yeah, the only teams Bridgeport has beat is Frontier and can you go back, please? Thank you. Matthews. I've never heard of either.
One team I haven't checked on is Central.
I don't know how good Central is.
Central's supposed to have a really good team this year.
Okay. So you guys in St. Clairsville, you guys have Belair next week on homecoming. So that'll be good for you guys. That'll be a good one. I mean, tell me a little bit about this because St. Clairsville's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Like, are we looking like deep playoff run for you guys this year?
It just matters.
Depends on injuries, truly.
Okay.
My thing was it just matters who we play in those rounds.
I mean, we kind of proved ourselves last year against the Columbus team in the playoffs.
Okay.
Because they came, I think they were actually a ranked team. And they had a wide receiver who had offers from like Georgia.
Really?
He had offers from like Georgia, Michigan.
Interesting.
I believe it.
But then Cole kind of locked him down. Kind of dog walked him.
But so St. Clairsville's looking good. Monroe Central's undefeated right now. Union Local is undefeated. Barnesville.
Barnesville to me is they don't play. I don't want to say this, but like they like.
Talk your shit to win.
I mean, like they like. Who do they play? Like.
Didn't they beat the brakes off of Ferry?
No.
Or who was it? Was it?
Saint C.
No, not Saint C. I know for a fact it wasn't Saint C.
Let me look at their schedule real quick.
I just realized something. We did worse last year against Harrison than we did last year. Like this year, we did worse than compared to last year.
Yeah.
So, funny little story is we've never played Barnesville in the past 20 years.
Okay.
I think that.
Barnesville has Fort Fry, Bel Air, Buckeye Trail, Buckeye Local, River. That's it.
Really?
They play Shadyside, Shenandoah, John Marshall. All teams that are like doing horrible right now. River, another team.
I would like to see a Barnesville St. C matchup. I really would. I think that would be an interesting matchup to watch. Well, see, this year you also get the backyard brawl between Barnesville and Union Local this year. So, and that one I believe is at Union Local. So.
I think Union Local wins that game.
All right, so real quick, guys. All right, so I'm excited today, Zach. I know you gotta be. He is because his team won yesterday.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit about Ohio.
Okay.
I give a shit.
Just about number the time, baby.
Yeah, buddy. So let's start off college football here, Caden.
Oh God.
Thursday night we had a matchup in Temple.
Yep.
The Army Black Knights 42, Temple 14. The Army Black Knights are undefeated right now this year. Then
Go Navy, fuck Army.
I'm gonna fuck you up, buddy. Friday night we had an interesting game. Friday night we had two interesting games. Friday night. Miami at home against Virginia Tech. Miami squeaks out a win, 38-34.
Okay.
Now, you ready? Do you know in the Big Ten Conference, you guys have a team called Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, right? Well, the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers was at home against the Washington Huskies. Can somebody tell me who won that game?
The Huskies.
Didn't the Huskies lose?
The Huskies lost.
Oh.
The Rutgers Scarlet Knights beat Washington 21-18.
Dang.
Took down the Huskies. All right, so let's see here.
Also, I just got on news. Pat McAfee joining NFL Game Day morning, beginning in week 8.
Let's go, Pat McAfee.
I'll never forget what he said about Uga.
We just need what's it called? We need a big like cardboard cutout of Pat McAfee.
Yeah, like a big
Just
cardboard
just
cutout.
put him right there. Hold on.
We can move Caden over here, and we can put Pat
Okay.
McAfee over here, so we can
You
talk
know
to Pat
what?
all day long.
I look like we're schizophrenic, have like a voice recorder on the back, and be like, what was that, Pat?
What was that, Pat?
You fucking rule, Troy.
Let's go! Alright, Saturday, September 28th, we had monstrous game Saturday. Let's start off. At noon, we had Mississippi State at Texas.
Texas beat the piss out of them.
Texas 35, the Bulldogs of Mississippi State 13. Ohio State and Michigan State. Ohio State 38, Michigan State 7. Zach, tell me a little bit about this Ohio State team this year, because beginning of the season, there was people saying that Ohio State may not even have the talent to make a deep playoff run this year. So tell me a little bit about this team in Ohio State right now.
Well, we have a freshman as a starting receiver, and he's pretty much proving himself to be one of the best receivers in the nation.
Okay, better than Harrison Jr.?
I'm not going that far yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going that far.
Okay.
But he's definitely proven himself, because at first people were questioning if he should even be a starter, because it's his freshman year.
Okay.
So sorry for interrupting, Troy. For $20 on Amazon, you can get a custom Pat McAfee cardboard cutout.
So does that mean you're going to be sitting off camera talking now?
Okay, you know what?
He's going to be sitting in your lap, Pat, man. He's going to have the
You know what? I'm gonna get a cardboard cutout of the Pope.
Of the Pope? What the fuck? Okay.
Or Tom Brady.
No,
One of the two.
I just thought of a better one. What if we get like a Reds cutout?
Yes, Coach Rez. Get a Coach Rez cut out, so at least I can have his brand.
I bet he thinks LeBron's the GOAT.
Oh my God. Alright. Shut the fuck up.
Shut doesn't get the fuck up.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to hit this 2 games yet, but we are going to definitely talk about them. But we had multiple upsets yesterday.
Yeah.
Multiple upsets.
If you say the Bobcats were an upset,
What happened?
Oregon beat UCLA 34-13 yesterday.
I wouldn't-
knew that was coming from Oregon.
I wouldn't call that an
But it's not
upset.
the upset. It's
Okay.
not one of the upsets. Bear with me. Illinois traveled to Penn State yesterday, 21-7. Penn State with the win.
Okay.
Upset number 1. Ready? The Arizona Wildcats took down Utah yesterday. Arizona 23, Utah 10.
So the Utah is in the same conference as the Mountaineers, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So that is a huge upset because Utah was ranked number 10 in the nation.
Yeah.
And they just lost to an unranked team in Arizona.
Dang.
So that's upset number 1.
Okay.
Ready?
It is cold in here today.
Michigan 27, Minnesota 24. Michigan squeaks out a win in Ann Arbor against the Gophers.
Okay.
Wisconsin 21, USC 38. The Trojans beat the Badgers yesterday. Louisville at Notre Dame. Louisville 24, Notre Dame 31.
To
Dang.
be honest, I can only list one player from Louisville.
Who?
Lamar Jackson. Who else is from Louisville?
Shit, I have no fucking clue. Obviously, it's not relevant because nobody fucking knows. Upset number 2.
Louisville fans are about to crucify you two right now.
Upset number 2 in Oxford, Mississippi. The number 6 team in the nation just got beat by an unranked Kentucky Wildcats team.
The same Kentucky Wildcats team that beat Ohio.
That beat Ohio and almost beat Georgia.
Yep.
Final out of Oxford, Mississippi, Kentucky 20, Ole Miss 17. So first thing I want to do is I want to talk about this for a second.
Okay.
Ole Miss is number 6 in the nation right now. Kentucky is unranked. Okay.
Yeah.
Kentucky 2 weeks ago almost squeaked out a win against Georgia. Fell short by 1 point. Next week, they absolutely demolished the Bobcats of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that to make it a joke, which I could because Ohio is a fucking joke.
Okay.
Felt that.
But Ole Miss, number 6 ranked team in the nation, up against a Kentucky Wildcats team. What happened? Like, if you're Ole Miss, what do you look at? Like, what did you do wrong here?
You have to look at like the confidence standpoint. They probably went in that game so much confidence because they're like, oh, we're undefeated, we're fucking steamrolling people.
Yeah.
And then they go against an unranked team, and the unranked team beats them. And so, either this is what's going to determine their season. It was that loss.
Really?
If they can keep up and they're just like, oh, it's just one loss and just brush by it, or if they linger on it and they're like, we really just got our fucking asses touched by Kentucky, a basketball school.
Yeah, right. Fucking that's man. If you're Ole Miss, you're out of the top 10 now. You're
Ohio
absolutely.
State's 2 now. All I gotta say.
So yeah, Ohio State will be number 2. Bama will be number 3. Number 4 should be. Let's see, who's number 5 ranked in the nation right now? Oop, nope.
So Troy, I have the standings for our conference. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
But didn't Colorado play?
So number 1 in the MAC conference is East Michigan.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
2 is Buffalo.
Okay.
3 is Central Michigan.
Yep.
4, well actually 3 is tied. Central Michigan and Ohio.
Okay.
4 is Toledo.
Yeah.
5 is Bowling Green.
Yep.
6 is Miami of
Yeah.
Ohio. 7 is WMU.
Yep.
Next one is Northern Illinois.
Mhm.
Next one's Ball State.
Yeah. I figured.
Next one's Akron. And the last in the conference with 0-5, Kent State.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, I know one player from Kent State, and that's Julian Edelman.
My dog is going ballistic
Yes.
right now, but
She might like Julian Edelman.
I like Julian Edelman. So, Kate, answer me this, because he was telling me about it. If you're Ole Miss, how do you bounce back after a loss to Kentucky right now? Like, what do you do if you're the players right now?
I mean, I say this about every team who's really good and then just fumbles under pressure. You gotta, like, just come back next game with 110%. Like, you can't, like, you gotta show why you're a really good fucking team. Like, let's say Ohio State lost to Marshall the other week.
Yeah. If Ohio State would have lost to Marshall, I would have ended my season if I was Ohio State right then and there.
Well, I mean, Marshall kind of does have a D line,
They do.
but that kind of got demolished the first.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, you gotta give 110%.
Yeah, but that's if they can give 110% now.
I mean, they gotta have to. I mean, if they...
So we have a good friend who's a commentator for the Winning Miners. He's not too happy.
Your
right
mic's
now.
muted.
He's not too happy right now.
Has that been muted the whole time?
Oh God, I hope fucking not.
I think it has, but
My dog's going nuts. And here she's.
She's following me. She's gonna be scratching at this door.
Troy might have been muted this whole time.
No, I don't remember. Florida State versus SMU. Can you guys take a guess in the dark what the final score on this game
Florida
was?
State won, didn't they?
Florida State lost.
This is... Yeah.
This is Jeff Blumenauer's team, bud.
God.
He's probably ranting and screaming right now.
Yeah.
Final in Tallahassee, Florida. Florida State 16, SMU 42. Final in Seminole Nation. Now,
Yikes.
Colorado won their game yesterday. They beat UCF 48-21. Let's continue here. Indiana won their game against Maryland yesterday 42-28. Indiana is now 5-0.
Okay.
All right, so Zach, the other day we had a live interview with a Willie Miners player who you originally had played with the Georgia Bulldogs. And Sean McGee is not here with us today, and I wish he was, but we're not worried about that. Yet last night we had two powerhouse teams that literally went boot to ass for all 4 fucking quarters yesterday.
Well, not really all 4. They kind of Carson Beck kind of shit the bed.
Yeah.
Kind of shit the bed the first 2 quarters.
So in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, we had the Alabama Crimson Tide against the Georgia Bulldogs in Tuscaloosa. Now, I had watched this game. I mean, you have two of the best offenses and defenses fighting it out for a top number one spot right now. And Texas is the top dog in the nation right now. You've got to beat Texas to win it all right now.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the University of Georgia. The first two quarters of that game,
It was painful to watch.
It really was. For a Georgia fan, that's not something you want to watch.
Yeah.
Right
Because
now.
Zach, we were in the car. We were like driving home from somewhere. Where were we driving home from? Or no, it was me. Never mind. It wasn't you.
It was you and Riley.
Yeah. Me and my good friend, we were driving home, and then Zach texts me and goes, Bama is winning. Something to 3, I believe.
It was, I think at that point it was 30 to 3.
30 to 3.
No, it was like 20-something.
I think it was 30
I
to
think
3.
the first time Georgia finally scored, it was like 28 to 7. Bama
Yeah.
at that point.
And then, like, I get home, and I'm just, just chilling out. And then the score's tied. Sean McGee, like, FaceTimes me, and he's like, how about that comeback?
Yeah, so first two quarters, Carson Beck did not look like Carson Beck throughout the season that everybody's been watching, okay? First two quarters, those 2 picks. Alabama, I was about to say Indianapolis. Alabama comes out and just makes them pay for both those picks. Second half comes in, Alabama kind of starts to stumble a little bit. We're not making plays. Jalen Milroe still moving the ball. But Georgia's starting to find their footing a little bit. I end up videoing your brother on Instagram last night, Caden, and the score is Georgia 34, Alabama 33.
Yeah.
Alabama was down by 1 with a little over 2 minutes left that game.
And then a miracle.
And then one of the nastiest touchdown catches I have ever seen all season long came from a 17-year-old wide receiver in Alabama.
This kind of making me rethink my life. He's 17 catching balls for Bam, and I'm here.
And he took it to the house.
Yep.
And then Alabama figured it out at the end, got the pick in the end zone, seals the deal for the win. Kalen Daybor just won his biggest game of the season right now, and it was against the Georgia Bulldogs. Final in Tuscaloosa, Alabama 41, Georgia 34.
So now you guys are 1-0 in bets right now.
I
You still have one more bet.
I have Tyree Williams at the end of the year, and that is Auburn and Alabama.
I hated that game, though, the Georgia versus Bama. I hate games like that this early in the season. That's normally a January, February game.
Yes, but it also depicts on who's going to be the top dog in the SEC this year. I mean, because Texas is there. You got to go through Texas. And honest to God, I can see it right now. I can see an Alabama-Texas SEC championship this year. An Alabama-Texas game. I really, really could.
Texas is 100% making it, but I feel like it's going to be a throw-up between Bama and Georgia on who's playing Texas.
So
What about Auburn?
Look me in my eyes and tell me Auburn's beating Bama or Georgia.
Hold this. I'm about to destroy your fucking brother. But here's the thing, though.
No, I said that as a joke.
If you're Texas right now, who beats you? Because Texas has got Oklahoma in the Red River Showdown.
Yeah.
And then you got Georgia on that schedule. And Georgia fought Alabama through and through.
Yeah.
Can Georgia beat the Longhorns?
I don't think so because it feels like Texas's offense is more smooth than Alabama's.
Okay.
Alabama, towards the end, they get sloppy, and they're just like, Jalen, do your thing.
Pretty much. Absolutely.
And then it either works or it doesn't work out. But they can actually rely on Arch to do what he can do.
I mean, you got two good QBs in Texas, Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers right now.
You keep Archie.
You keep Arch Manning.
Yeah. I'll keep
Are they
Arch
both
Manning.
juniors or is
No, Arch is a freshman, maybe sophomore now.
and
Freshman
Quentin
sophomore.
is Quentin a senior?
Yeah, he's the senior. But here's the thing: you kind of have to realize if you have this much momentum with one quarterback,
You can't
and
just
he's
kill
not
him off.
hurt, you can't just kill that down. Because one, that's going to make him mad. But I don't see him transferring.
I see one of them
I
going
don't-
through the portal.
Who?
I see one of those two going through the portal.
Well, they can't. The other quarterback's a senior and he can't redshirt now. Season already started.
So here's the thing. If either one of them transfer, or if Arch Manning leaves Texas, where does he go? Where would he go? Just theoretically, if Arch Manning were to leave Texas, where does he go?
I don't really see a place that would fit for him. Because
I got
they
two.
have a strong.
The Cornhuskers.
The Cornhuskers.
Maybe Georgia.
I was thinking Georgia, Bama,
I don't think he'd fit in with Bama.
or Gainesville, Florida, with the Gators.
They have a junior at quarterback though.
Caden, what are you thinking? If Arch Manning were to theoretically transfer and hit the transfer portal from Texas, where does he go?
That's a hard question, honestly.
It truly is.
To be honest, I don't think he'd go to Georgia. Actually, no, he wouldn't go to Georgia, Bama, or Florida
Okay.
because he already has enough pressure at Texas. Just because people are like, oh, he's gonna be better than Peyton and Eli because
Yeah,
he can scramble.
Yep. Well, here's the thing.
Arizona?
Arizona.
But you can also say that he's not going to go to Ohio State. He's not going to Michigan.
I just thought of something.
Hmm.
They aren't as good as they were because of their quarterback situation. But LSU could.
Okay.
That's a high possibility because LSU's not really in the spotlight anymore.
Okay.
Like they're still a big time team, but they're not something that you see every day. It's like LSU beats whatever.
Okay. So you're thinking LSU.
Yeah, because LSU spotlight has really died down the last few years.
They need to pick that back up.
That's kind of a hard thing to do there if you're LSU right now.
No one wants to go to the swamps.
Fuck no. All right. So I mean, who's the team to beat right now? Is it Texas? Is Texas the team to beat to win the national title?
I think it's Texas, but it could be Ohio State if they prove themselves with the rest of their schedule.
So new rankings are going to be coming out by Monday,
Yeah.
and we're gonna call it now. Okay, Texas number 1.
Yeah.
Ohio State 2, Bama 3.
Buckeyes, you got me stumbling now. Buckeyes will be at 2. Crimson Tide at 3. Where does Georgia fall, and who takes the number 4 spot right now?
I feel like
Oregon.
Georgia could be maybe
9th.
9th
No.
or 10th.
Penn State's undefeated right now still, so they'll move up.
I think Penn State sits at 5.
Penn State sits at number 9 right now.
I think
they go
I
up.
think they jump to 5 or 6.
Okay. Ole Miss will drop.
Ole Miss drops out of the top 10.
Okay. Clear as day?
Clear as day.
Clear as day. Okay. So Georgia, do they fall all the way down to the bottom of the 10th? Or are they still 6, 7, 8?
I'd say they go to 7 only because they barely lost to Bama. I mean,
9th.
Okay, so Oregon is number 8. Penn State's number 9. Oregon and Penn State will move up.
I say Oregon 4, Penn State 5. Or other way around. One
I
of
think
the
Penn State would be 4, Oregon would be 5.
Okay. Now, Oregon is a deadly team right now. This quarterback for Oregon is Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
And just what I saw from him against UCLA, this kid's nasty.
Oh, yeah.
So, can Oregon contest Georgia if it come down to it?
It's going to be just a defense game. It's going to be whoever defense can get the stop when it's most needed.
Okay.
Because Oregon's defense is their strong suit.
Okay. So can we call top 4 teams in the nation right now? Texas, Ohio State, Bama,
Penn State.
Penn State. Could it be Penn State? Now here's a question. Penn State bowled over West Virginia in first game of the season this year. Can Penn State knock out the Buckeyes this year? No?
No.
Okay. Now look, I'm not gonna accept it because I'm not claiming biased answer here, okay? I'm not gonna say that. But what I am saying is there's a lot of talent on both sides of that team.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking talent for both sides of that team. And if you're Penn State, you're gaining momentum. Each win, you're gaining momentum right now.
Yeah.
But so are the Buckeyes. What is it? 3 or 4 years ago, Penn State dropped you guys on your head.
Here's the thing that you kind of have to take into consideration. We're both teams that we aren't the same from 4 years ago.
True.
Because 4 years ago they had Saquon,
Yeah.
and Saquon beat the piss out of us.
Straight fucked you guys up. But like you're saying, Ohio State wins this.
I
game.
think Ohio State wins it by maybe 7.
Maybe 7.
Maybe 7.
Okay. Caden, Ohio State, Penn State, like, how do you see this matching up? Does Ohio State walk out with the win, or do the Nittany Lions drop the Buckeyes on their head once and for all?
I mean, I don't see a world where Penn State can't beat Ohio State. But, like, I do think Ohio State just has that edge, honestly.
Look it up for me real quick. Penn State, Ohio State. When is your guys? Actually, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and look that up for me. Look up when that game is, and we might be traveling because I kind of want to watch this game.
November 2nd to be determined. It hasn't been decided, like, where it is.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's at Beaver Stadium.
Okay. So it's in Penn State then.
Yeah.
Okay. How far is Penn State University from here?
Like 2-3 hours.
You guys want to make a trip to Penn State University?
I mean, yeah, I'll be like, that's my quarterback there.
Now, November, Caden, we also have a game that we're going to be going to as well.
Yeah.
The Ohio Bobcats at home against the Ball State Cardinals. My college. I can already tell you how the game's going to go. But it's
Ohio beats Ball State.
Yeah, I can already tell you that. Ball State doesn't have the team like they used to have when they had fucking Willie Snead and all them. This isn't a Ball State Cardinals team that is going to challenge for a national championship. It's not happening.
Have they ever contested for a national?
They've contested for many MAC titles.
Oh, yeah.
They really have. I think 2020 the Cardinals were 10-4, I believe.
They only have one, correct?
For MAC titles, I think it's multiples.
I think they have 4.
I think so.
It's 3 or 4.
But it's a game that I'm willing to watch. It's going to be a game that's going to be fun. But you know, Zach, we talked about Bama, Georgia last night, and both teams are powerhouse schools. If you're Georgia right now, you fought your ass off in the second
that's
half.
just one of those losses you have to take on the chin.
But how do you prepare for Texas? Like, how do you prepare for Texas at that point?
You just have to learn how to keep Arch in the pocket. Because if he airs it out, you're either stopping it or... Because mainly what Texas does is they run a streak on one side of the field.
Okay.
And the issue with that is, say if the receiver jumps, you just push him out.
Okay. So, but here's a question. Theoretically, can Georgia beat Texas?
I don't think, right now, I don't think there's enough film on Texas to really figure out Texas. Because Arch Manning's only been in for 3 games.
This is true.
Like 2-3 games.
But see, yesterday, last night, Alabama was disguising defenses. They were pulling cover 2, switching it to cover 4s right on the fly. If you're Texas, you got a Georgia team that can move the ball down the field pretty simply. Carson Beck is a damn good QB. I'm not going to take that away
He's
from
a
him.
great quarterback, but if he has the performance he did against Bama, against Texas,
Texas is going to eat him
you
alive.
can't come back from that.
Texas is going to eat him alive, without a doubt. So, Kate, let me ask you this: Texas, Georgia, who wins that?
Texas.
Texas. Who wins it, buddy?
I feel like stadiums are play a big part in that. If it's a home game for Texas,
It'll be Texas.
it'll be Texas. But also, if it's an away game, Texas has proved that they can win no matter what.
Yeah, that was proven last year with Texas and Alabama when they rolled into Tuscaloosa and got smoked Alabama in the mouth. I would want to say, I have faith in Kirby Smart because Kirby Smart was an assistant coach under Nick Saban. And I think Kirby Smart's going to take this loss as, okay, we lost this game. Let's move on somewhere else. Let's focus on this coming up now. I would say if Georgia comes out against Texas,
I also have to piss, but I've been holding it.
I can't hold
let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll take a quick break for a minute, guys. We'll get bathroom breaks in, and we'll be back here in a couple minutes, and we'll continue this conversation. Watch your foot, buddy. Welcome back, guys. What is up? TC Live here.
I didn't have the mics unmuted.
Awesome. I did all of that and didn't hear my mics unmuted.
Pay attention to it.
But what is up, guys? Welcome back to TC Live. Took a quick piss break, drained the veins. I think we're all great now. You feeling better?
My bladder's not exploding anymore.
As you can see, our buddy Caden's got his nose stuck in his phone right now. He's working tickets for us real quick. But let's continue on here for a second here, bud. Michigan is kind of struggling this year right now. Michigan...
It's not the same team as it was last year because of the coach loss.
You know, Jim Harbaugh... Is it Jim or John? Jim Jam?
Jim.
Jim Harbaugh is now with... Jim Jam. Jim Harbaugh is now with the Chargers as head coach. And, you know, he was phenomenal in Michigan.
Actually, I think it's John. Whichever Harbaugh you are.
Whichever Harbaugh you are.
The better coach.
But I'm concerned. I'm concerned because Ohio State hasn't really played teams that can show what Ohio State's really able to do. And we all have these mixed up conferences now because Washington, Oregon, and UCLA are now in the Big Ten. And you guys this year, you have UCLA, you have Washington on this schedule, possibility. So,
I feel like those won't be close games.
yeah, but what about Oregon and Ohio State, though?
Oregon will be a good game. Oregon's going to be the first true test.
Okay.
Washington and UCLA, I feel like those are just going to be like skipping stones.
Okay. So you're... Ohio State definitely makes the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. But do you see it being at least a one loss out of Ohio State this year?
I feel like the only team that we could possibly lose to would be Oregon.
Oregon?
Because Michigan's not the same team it was. We can't save you. You have to leave.
Theta, go. Go back.
Get out of here.
We can't save you.
Go with it.
Troy's not going to save you either.
No, Daddy's not saving you today. She's like, too slick for you, Mom.
You want to?
Come on, Theta. Yeah. Come on, Theta.
My dog just got put in doggy jail.
Almost as bad as air jail.
Air jail.
Oh.
Anyways,
But, so, after the rudely interrupted by my dog, so, yeah, okay, so Ohio State, now, look, now here's the thing. I say Ohio State loses to Oregon this year, because I think that powerhouse in Oregon can definitely dominate the
I
Buckeyes.
think here's the thing. No matter what team,
8:30. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
so do we just call it now and then just take a
we
break?
get to the NFL live updates then.
Okay. But go ahead and finish what you're saying, bud.
No one has been able to stop the run game. I feel like that's a thing that every college team struggles with.
Yeah.
It's if you have a good running back, and Ohio State has two great running backs.
Yeah.
So if you figure one out, we can just take him out and put in the other one, and then you have to rethink your entire plan.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure Ohio State's rushing is averaging over 200 yards between the both of them.
Caden, my question for you here real quick, bud. Does Ohio State escape the season undefeated, or are they losing a game?
I think they're gonna lose at least one game.
Now, are we definitely certain to see the Buckeyes in the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't see why
Okay.
not.
Alabama, they have Oklahoma on the schedule this year.
Yeah.
And if we could take down a stingy Georgia defense like we did yesterday, I think Oklahoma is the next big challenge for the for the Crimson Tide. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
100%, yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, we're gonna be talking. So news update for us. We're gonna be talking live with Mr. Georgia Bulldog tonight, Sean McGee, around 8:30. So join us live for that one. That one's gonna be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have a blast with that one. we're definitely going to be talking Alabama, Georgia from that night.
That's gonna be the
Can't
big.
wait to see him in the shirt.
Need to make sure he has his Alabama T-shirt on, ready for the game or ready for this
I want it nice
podcast.
and frame. I want him to hold it up like this.
So a little update: he wasn't able to go. Ended up having to get a new phone instead,
Okay.
unfortunately. So we're gonna have to do. He's gonna have to fulfill that bet. Hopefully, sometime.
We got him.
No,
He got it.
let's just change this. Let's make him wear it a day during training camp.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Well, you guys have to talk to him about that.
I think I'm gonna have to.
But yeah. So when we go live here later tonight, we're gonna bring up the NFL live scores and updates on that one. Also, a possibility update on Tua Tagovailoa from the Miami Dolphins as well. So, Kate, you got anything else for us, bud?
I mean, not particularly. Besides, hopefully, by the end of the week, I will be able to get those tickets.
Okay. What about the Belair video? Anything going on with that one?
So that is still up in the air. It's still almost done.
So,
Hopefully, I'll get an update by this week.
also, we have all decided that we are doing the overnight stay
Okay.
in the house. Were you part of that decision when we made that? Yeah, because I told you about it. Didn't I?
We talked about it before a podcast.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But I want to make a quick score update real fast, just so you mind.
I do mind.
New England 13, San Fran 30 right now.
Yeah. Listen, we're doing better than how I expected.
Trash.
About that.
But thank you guys for joining us today. My name is Troy. This is my buddy Zach and my other buddy Caden. We will be back here in about an hour with Mr. Sean McGee tonight. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time. But yeah, TC Live, thank you for joining us today. To all the friends and people who have lost their home during the hurricane, we hope you the best of luck. But yeah, man, I'm done. You got anything else, Caden?
Nothing from me.
Zach?
I gotta go cook his ass.
All right, guys. I will talk to y'all later. This is TC Live. Out.